their jobs, those who work in that banking sector, are going to be laid off without question and have been already. And, you know, it affects our state budget, Mike, as you know. We're now in November. We're going to be back here in January. And already the projections from the Wall Street bonuses are so low that means that the amount of revenue that the state will collect vis-a-vis income taxes will be compromised terribly, which means that our budgets for next year, which includes school, which includes all kinds of important things that we fund here, our assist funding in Albany, are going to suffer completely. So we have a serious job ahead of us, and this crisis with subprime mortgages really will no doubt affect us for a time to come.
One of the things that we enjoy as we do these programs is our opportunity to look at some of the good news that comes out of the community, and we're going to be certainly doing our share of that now that we've got some of the serious stuff behind us. Our next venue to attend will be the sports arena, and we're going to take a look now at some footage from a recent Elmont High School football game. This was a big win for Elmont, Tom Alfano.
There you go. It's Elmont versus Hewlett. It was one of the most exciting games of the season. Most of the action in this game came in the third quarter when Elmont exploded and really made their move. You see some footage here of star Diashawn Miller, who's the quarterback, hitting Justin Mayers for a touchdown pass. There it is. Nice play. And then there was the extra point, of course.
Looks like an onside kick right there.
Yeah, and then later on, we'll see Justin Myers get another touchdown on a tremendous running effort.
You know a lot of the young men who are on the Elmont team here. They put an awful lot of effort into this exercise, don't they?
They really do. I mean, just to give you an idea of how talented Justin Myers is, Mike, he ran for 225 yards on 31 carries in this game. That's extraordinary. There he is now with the ball. That's an extraordinary day for anyone.
There's some guys in the NFL that would like to have those numbers.
Many. And you know what it is? Elmont is a young team, and they have great talent, much of which will be returning next year, and they'll be a powerhouse again.
There's certainly, though, you don't want to ignore the effort of the coaches either, because they have to spend an awful lot of time with these young men, getting them prepared for these games, and they wouldn't be coming up with the numbers and all that they have without those, without that dedication from the adults.
Very well coached squad, and there's been a tradition at Elmont for years. Great coaching.
That's great. And there's the extra point, and it is all good. And it's, I guess this was quite a win for the guys at Elmont this year. So, hats off to them, and we'll just think that is just a terrific effort and a little bit of a salute.
Good job. Season just ended. They did real well.
As we talk about the football team, we're going to actually go back in time a little bit to the last graduation at Elmont High School, which was earlier on this year. And it was a noted graduation at the school. Tom Alfano, if I can put you on the spot a little bit because of an address you gave to the graduates. It was an address that moved a lot of people in the room. My understanding is you have already been asked back to give that speech again at the next commencement exercise. Tell us a little bit about, the message that you wanted to give the kids that day.
Well, Mike, as you know, it's a great honor to be able to speak to graduates at a high school level. It really means a lot to me. I give it considerable thought. It was at Hofstra University, a beautiful auditorium, whereas in years past it was always at the school itself outside, the vicissitudes of the weather, but it was very comfortable. And you see the school officers got to speak, and the great principal, Mr. Capozzi, did a wonderful job. The valedictorian, the salutatorian spoke. It was really a great effort on the part of those wonderful young people.
I saw one of my good friends, John Capozzi, there, the principal of the school, and there's you are giving your address.
That's right,
there.
And it should be known the valedictorian, Shayu Chi, worked on my staff, as did 11 graduates from the class there. So I felt like I was speaking to some people I really knew quite well.
Friends and family for you.
That's right. It was a good effort. And the bottom line is, you know how it is, Mike. I mean, you have a college-age daughter, a young woman who graduated from college. Your son's going off next year, as is mine. I mean, I told them what I would tell my own family. And that's basically, no one is better than you. To go in there and be bold and take chances and work hard and justify the faith, confidence, and love that our families placed in them. And I think that was the message in a nutshell.
And it's a good message for the kids to hear. From my perspective as the father, like you said, but they also seem to really respond to it. They seem to really want to take hold of that idea that, you know what, he's right. Nobody is better. And I think the reaction was unbelievable.
Thank you, Mike. You know how it is. I mean, the ability to do what we do is a privilege in a democracy, and to be able to have an audience like this, well, really, I was on that day. I got, some days you're on, some days you're not. God blessed me with good thoughts that day.
And I'll tell you right now, that's one enthusiastic group, and I will be looking forward to hearing about some of the accomplishments that those graduates have as they make their way out into the world.
And here we will, because they are quite a group of talented young people, and motivated, highly motivated.
Well, again, we gave congratulations to the football team. Congratulations to this past year's graduates at Elmont High School. We are expecting great things, and I think you will not disappoint us with that. Tom Alfano, as we switch gears again here, we're going to move from the young folks in the community to some of the senior citizens. There was a bill that you passed here in this ongoing session of the legislature that is designed to help them out. And why don't we right now take a look at that bill as it passes in the State Assembly. We're going to see the official passage of this legislation, and then when we come back, you can tell us, explain to us just how it works and how it's going to fit into the community. So if we can take a look at that, we'll be back with more of today's edition of Assembly Calendar.
Bill number 8865, Rules Report 687 by Mr. Alfano, an act to authorize the assessor of the County of Nassau.
On a motion by Mr. Alfano, the Senate bill is before the House. The Senate bill is advanced. Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Record the vote. Announce the results.
Ayes 118, noes 12.
The bill is passed.
Now, what exactly does that mean? You're going to have to explain and decipher some of that bureaucratese that goes on in the Assembly chamber, but this involves a parcel of land.
Parcel of land that was dedicated as a senior housing complex right on Elmont Road. Senior housing is very important in Nassau County and probably throughout the state. As our elderly population grows, there has to be a place for them to live, and the taxes have to be, lower than they would be on the homes that they sold to be able to afford probably to move into the complex. There were technical reasons why this bill had to be passed, and working with Senator Dean Skelos and the people at the town of Hempstead, we were able to get it done so that that place can open and some worthy seniors can to live out their golden years in that wonderful parcel.
Well, that's an important thing for any community, but I think back to many of the past shows we've done where we've seen the interaction between the seniors and the kids that attend Elmont Central schools. I think of veterans that I've seen in the school buildings. I think of the kids who have been out meeting with the senior citizens at their facilities, and it always all looks like so much fun. The two different generations have, that it's important to keep the seniors. There's a lot of seniors in New York State who can't keep their home and end up moving not only out of their original communities that they call home, but moving out of state. Many of them, down into the Sun Belt or wherever. And I think that hurts a community.
No, it does indeed. And the schools do a marvelous job in Elmont, the superintendents and the principals, and always inviting our seniors to participate in so many important school events. Let's face it, we learn from our grandparents. We learn from senior citizens. They have life experience that children certainly don't have, and many of us haven't learned certain lessons yet. And they're very generous in terms of their time and energy and effort. And I'm happy to have played a part in making sure that this complex opens on Elmont Road and will be a great place for our senior citizens to live.
And I'm sure a lot of the people watching this program remember sportscaster Warner Wolf, and one of the things he liked to say was, let's go to the videotape. We've got some more great footage of some of the fun stuff throughout the Elmont School District. Right here, we've got production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that was put on, and there's the candy store, and there are the Wonka bars, and that looks like Willy Wonka right there, front and center.
Isn't that great? That was at Alden Terrace, a great musical, as you referred to it. The kids did the whole production. The parents get involved in terms of developing the sets and staging, the production and music. And one of the stars of the show was Holden Thornhill. His mom and dad are very active in the community, and he's a chip off the old block.
One of the things that always strikes me when we look at these productions, Tom Alfano, is the wealth of experience that these children look like they have. And let's keep in mind